So I was part of the recent marketing push with the printouts, and I am recording this before Summer Games Fest, so we'll see how this ages. Based on my coverage of the key art that was sent to me about the upcoming release, we basically have two options in front of us for the future of this franchise. Either A, it's Guild Wars 3, or B, it's Guild Wars 2. Frankly, I would love to see a Guild Wars 3. I've said that we should have a Guild Wars 3 back when Soto was announced in its Q2 update, and we were in hell, basically Internios hell of the 3 updates. Really bad gameplay, was not a highlight in this game's development. And frankly, this video isn't really about that. It's more about the philosophy of games and the way you should interact with them. I'm going to be anxiously awaiting what gets announced at Summer's Game Fest, but ultimately it doesn't matter. I hate to be that guy. Guild Wars 3 would be hype. A Guild Wars 2 expansion would also be hype, but let's say the worst of these cases happen. Let's dream up the absolute worst case scenario that I can think of. Number one, there is no Hall of Monuments, and there is an immediate release of Guild Wars 3 after the VOE cycle ends. How would you feel about that? Would you feel like you wasted your time? Would you feel like you wasted money maybe? Now, as somebody who has spent tens of thousands of hours in both Guild Wars games, I can firmly say that it is fine. I do not regret a single hour. Well, maybe a little bit. I mean, like, had I spent the same amount of time learning a language or learning how to play guitar, instead I'd be pretty fucking good at either of them. But opportunity costs aside, video games are entertainment, and pixels and fashion and game and the game that you bought still exists and will still exist regardless. Guild Wars 1, after all these years, just got new updates. It just got a mobile port, and if I were a betting man, we are likely getting some new content for that game sometime in the future as well. But I digress. Even if Guild Wars 3 is announced or even released sooner than anybody anticipates, Guild Wars 2 is still an incredible game and is still absolutely worth playing. How can I say that? Me, of all people, Mr. Doom and Gloom. Well, because I have played the games. I've completed Guild Wars 1 with God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals and 50/50 Hall of Monuments, and frankly, I have completed Guild Wars 2 as well. I have Legendary in every spot. I have doubles of all the one-handed weapons. I am slowly working towards completing the Aurene Legendary set and its variants. This is a goal that is significantly far out for me. Like, I like making legendaries. I also liked fractals, and I have Fractal God. And had Raid God been a title back when I was raiding consistently, I would have gone for that as well. And I might still even get Raid God just from the daily raids eventually, because the thing is, these games will not shut down. Sure, their development might slow down, but honestly, I 1000% see the team overseeing Guild Wars 2 will actually make the core game better with the release of Guild Wars 3. Why? How? Well, because that's the way things work. The game right now is a horse that 400 people have to ride. It has to ride. It has to work out. It has to pay the bills. And when Guild Wars 3 drops, it doesn't anymore. So what does that mean? Well, it means the dev team that does get tasked with Guild Wars 2 will have time. All of those janky systems, janky UIs, weird bugs, or inconsistencies can actually be looked at again without needing to attach them to some marketing bullshit. That is the biggest problem about Guild Wars. If you look back at some of my least favorite things about the franchise, it's the whole idea of the minimum viable product. The studio has been running on the minimum viable product model for at least the last 3 to 4 years, where they slam out a product, fix all the critical issues, and then immediately move on. The meme of if a bug exists for more than 2 weeks, it's going to be in the game forever isn't just a meme. It literally happens patch after patch. Why? Well, because that check is already cashed. They can't just sit there, because the next check only comes when they push something out the door, a new skin, a new expansion, a new something. All of the existing stuff, yeah, that's paid for already. The one-time payment model that everybody loves, the buy to play MMO that everybody touts as a huge asset to Guild Wars 2's favor, is the cause of this, because there is no earnings for maintenance. Imagine if you bought a car from Ford or VW or Toyota, and all of the maintenance for life of the vehicle was wrapped up in the sticker price of the car. That is what Guild Wars 2 is trying to do. For the amount of content you get in Guild Wars 2, you get an insane value per dollar spent in terms of entertainment. In fact, most video games are like this. And much like Guild Wars 1, I'm sure there will be Guild Wars 2 purists or gamers that cover both or all three. For me, I fully intend on playing all three games, and I think Guild Wars 3 has other advantages many people may have not realized yet. Those advantages lie in Unreal Engine. For those who have watched Mighty Teapot's Guild Wars 3 coverage or watched my reaction to his coverage, you might have seen his segment on Unreal Engine. And the truth is, a ton of games and game types can be developed in Unreal that all look different, they all play different, and so on. Combine this with their interest in mobile deployments and cross-play with consoles, and for those people who love the Guild Wars universe, could see an explosion in games, in game types and lore, or mobile apps that interact with your primary accounts. Think like Teamfight Tactics or Wild Rift in terms of like League of Legends. Think solo player RPGs or Souls-like, telling various Guild Wars stories. Think 2D platformers or true PvP games similar to Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. Now, I know I am getting ahead of myself, but unchaining the development team from a proprietary engine allows them to take part in the 21st century marketplace of game dev talent, and I, for one, am incredibly excited about it. Going to the ArenaNet website and seeing our games, and it's literally just 2 games, is bullshit for a studio that is this talented. Now, if the Summer Games Fest does announce Guild Wars 3, I highly advise that you trust the studio with 21 years of experience in the MMO industry, that they will actually be able to develop a game that is worth a shit. And if it isn't Guild Wars 3, take it as borrowed time, because Guild Wars 3 is definitely coming. Now, I get that Guild Wars 2 is old. I play old games all the time. I play Zelda games all the time from the Nintendo 64 and even SNES. I play Pokemon games all the time. I play MOBAs and shitty mobile games, and have burned hundreds, if not thousands of hours of my life playing games that are old, early 2000s or older, and I still blast those games all the time. I never feel like I wasted my time or my money because I enjoy them. So I guess in short, I want this video to tell you that I'm fucking old. I've been around for games to die or get mothballed or backburnered, and it's fine. Solved games are fine and fun to experience, and Guild Wars 2 will always have an audience regardless. So if you are part of that audience who still wants to experience the game, then great. It will be there. But guess what? It will also have the support of the next new thing. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching. A big thanks to all of my subscribers, and a special thanks to all my members. I am an ArenaNet partner, so hit the referral link so I get some money. You guys know the drill. Thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.